Good day, everyone. I am from the Chapter 10 reporter entitled Network Administration and Support, and I'm going to report the managing network accounts. By the way, my name is Shien Pagalan, and I am your reporter for today. So first, let us first define network administration. It involves much more responsibility than simply installing and troubleshooting hardware. After the hardware is installed and configured, the network administrator must ensure that the network performs to specifications. Verify that users can easily access the resource they are authorized to use and monitor network traffics and be responsible for security issues. So let us talk about management user accounts and groups. It is a critical aspect in fulfilling the responsibilities of network management. A user account is a collection of information known by the individual user, including an account name, associated password, and a set of access permission for network resource. A group account, in the other hand, is a name collection of users' accounts usually created for resource sharing specific to the group's needs. You can grant rights the access to and control over various objects and functions on the network to individual user accounts or group when it's convenient. We are now down to creating user accounts. Windows servers operating systems come with two predefined accounts, the administrator account for management duties and the guest account for users who have no personal account in the local domain. All users, however, are discouraged from regularly using either of these accounts. That being said, it is still important to provide the administrator account with a strong password and to guard that carefully. The administrator account cannot be disabled or deleted. Therefore, if you forget the password to your personal account or your personal account is disabled, you can still access the system using the administrator account. Before you begin with creating an account, you must make some network administration decisions, which were the usernames, passwords, the logon hours, auditing, and the security. For for the password, in security reasons, users should regularly change passwords, but as administrator, you should limit the frequency of changing it. One reason to limit changes is so users don't forget which password they are using. This raises another point. Most server-based passwords are case sensitive, including on Windows 2000, 2003 server Linux. So take advantage of these facts to make them harder to guess. Many experts suggesting that when generating passwords, you need to come up with a very strong password. This could be the combination of lowercase and uppercase letters, one or more numbers, or one or more punctuation characters. For the log-on hours, restricting users' log-on hours isn't really necessary. You can restrict log-on hours by days of the week or hours of the day or both. One way to keep track on what's happening to the network is called auditing. It is configuring the server so that it records certain actions such as objects, access, changes to security information, the log on and log offs, and lastly the like for later review. For the another responsibility of network administrators is assigning user rights or setting it up. The action that particular accounts have permission to perform. Most network operating systems, including Windows 2000 and 2003 server and Linux, come with predefined default groups to which you can assign users. In addition, there are two general kinds of groups in Windows environment: the local groups, those intended for use only on a single machine; the global groups, those intended for use within or across boundaries; and lastly, the universal group In Active Directory native mode, the universal group offers yet another layer to help with cross-domain resource management. As you can see in the picture in Table 10.1 that shows the most important default local groups and the rights assigned to those groups in Windows 2000-2003 server. For managing group accounts is also one of the responsibility of network administrator. You can add and delete rights or groups just as you can for users, and even create an entirely new groups to provide exactly what's needed. For Windows domains, it is recommended that you adhere to the following guidelines. First, global groups can include individual users. For local groups can include individual users and global groups, but should usually contains only global groups. Lastly, local groups are used to assign rights and permissions to users that are members to global groups. So, in Windows domains also, trust relationship manages cross-domain communications. In Microsoft domain terminology, there are three types of trust: the one-way, the two-way, and the universal. In disabling and deleting user accounts, you don't want to keep every account forever. That is why Windows provides two different options to make any user account inactive: disabling it or deleting it. Disabling is an account is like turning it off. The account hasn't gone anywhere. The security identifiers that determine its assigned rights and permission doesn't change. This is also useful when an individual leaves the company and you plan to hire a replacement later on. When the replacement employee is hired, the account is enabled and renamed. This gives the new employee the exact same privilege and group membership as the employee who left. It also saves the company administrative time. For deleting an account, it is final. A deleted account is gone. You cannot restore it, or even if you create a new account almost exactly identical to one that deleted. We are now down to our renaming, to our last topic, which is renaming and copying user account. A new user is replacing an existing user. You have two choices in doing this. First, rename the old account, and second, one, copy the existing account to a new name for the new user. In Windows 2000 Professional, you do this through the user and passwords utility in the control panel, seen in the left part of the picture. Different from the Windows 2000 and 2003, which you use the Active Directory users and computers management controls. You can see it from the picture in the right part. So this is what happened when you do this.
Good day, everyone. My name is Jason M. Araya, and I will be your next reporter in continuation to managing network accounts. And let's move on to network administration and support. For your network to benefit your business, you must run it effectively. You must also be carefully plan how you will maintain and develop it. So why is networking performance so important? An important goal when setting up monitoring is to provide your network with a level of uptime that is as close as to 100% as possible. But even perfect availability does little good if your network suffers from poor performance. Performance problems such as the data reads from and written to the server each second, queued commands on an Ethernet network, the number of collisions per second, security errors, connection currently maintained to other servers, and lastly, network performance. Don't worry because we will discuss each problems that I have aforementioned. First one is data reads and writes. The number of bytes read from and written to a server provides a useful measure of the server's activity, particularly if these counts increase over time. Aside from the amount of data read from and written to the servers, you can also count the amount of data that cannot be read and written. Number 2. Queued commands is a queue for enabling the delay of command execution, either in order of priority on a first-in first-out basis or in any order that serves the current purpose. One measure of a service traffic is the number of queued command, or commands awaiting execution. This number should never be much more than the number of network cards in the server or a bottleneck occurs. Third one is collisions per second. Only one node on an Ethernet segment can transmit at a time. When more than one node attempts to do so, the two packets collide and both must be resent. Although the time to reset is fairly short for the first failed attempt, it increases exponentially with each additional failed attempt. It is unlikely that two stations will repeat a collision on the second attempt. But the more stations there are on the network, the more likely it is that there will be multiple collisions. The point is that collisions slow down network throughout. Collisions are normal and some are to be expected, but high collision rates are not good. Number 4 is security errors. Although there may be an innocent explanation, a high rate of failed logons, failed access to objects, or failed changes to security settings may be indicate a security risk on your network. A hacker might be attempting to break into the system, or a user might be trying to use object to which he or she has been denied access. Either way, errors are something to watch for, and auditing helps you to see who's causing the errors. It is also helpful to employ a protocol analyzer, a combination of hardware and software that can capture network traffic and create reports and graphs from the data it collects. It also helps you find the source of errors in case someone is being spoofed. The fifth one is service sessions. You can tell something about service activity by observing details about server session. Such details include connection between network devices and the server. For example, the rate at which connection to the server are made and how those connections are broken, whether by a normal log-off or by an error or server timeout. The latter conditions may indicate that the server is overloaded and either refusing connection or unable to service them quickly enough. The sixth one is network performance. If your network runs Windows 2000 or 2003 server, you already have 3 tools you can use to monitor your system performance: the Event Viewer, the Performance Monitor, and the Network Monitor. For Linux servers, numerous comparable open source or shareware utilities are available as well. Events Viewer is a utility available in Windows NT, Windows XP, and Windows 2000 or 2003 server. This utility permits an administrator to view and manage 3 log files that maintains information related to system operation security and application activities. These are named aptly enough: system log, security log, and application log. There may be additional logs as well, depending on the services that are installed. For example, if Active Directory is installed on a server, a directory service log will be added to the event viewer. The next one is Performance Monitor. Unlike the event viewer that I have mentioned earlier, which records individual events, the Performance Monitor is best for recording and viewing trends. In Windows XP, this tool may be accessed the mean hierarchy as start. All programs, administrative tools performance. The next one is the Network Monitor. Unlike the event viewer and Performance Monitor, the Network Monitor is not installed automatically during Windows setup, but must be installed separately from the Add or Remove Windows components applets in the Add or Remove Programs control panel. Note that Network Monitor is available only in Windows Server's operating system. The next one will be Total System Management. Although events on the network constitute a major network performance concern, they are not only influenced. In addition to network condition, it is also important to consider what's happening on the server side in regards to the hard drive and memory usage. Hard drive performance. Of the three tools that come up with the Windows 2000 and 2003 server, the performance monitor is most useful for monitoring hard drives on Windows network. To monitor hard drive performance, look at the following. First one is this space remaining. Two is speed at which requests are served. Third is how often the disk is busy. The next one is memory use. Another major service issue concerns the amount of memory available to service incoming requests. Windows 2000 and 2003 XP is designed to page data of a memory when not in use or when the memory is needed for other, more recently used data. If page out data is needed again, a page fault occurs to get the data back in memory. When the server has to page too much data, consider installing more memory. The next one is CPU utilization. A computer central processing unit or CPU is where real work takes place. That is why monitoring CPU utilization provides such as important statistics. Next one is network statistics. You can monitor network statistics in either the performance monitor or the network monitor on a Windows system. In performance monitor, you want to check statistic for the network interface and protocols stack objects. The next one is maintaining a network and history. Both the performance monitor and the event viewers can prepare log data that you can use to keep long-term records of network performance and events. This is mostly so that you can use or you can keep long-term records of network performance and events. This is mostly that you can determine trends or notice when a new problem arises. Just as with any other form of troubleshooting to recognize sick, you must also know how healthy looks. So I believe that's it. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello everyone, good day. I am MARLO ARANET, and my topic for today is all about managing data security and avoiding data loss. So what is data security management? Data security management involves a variety of techniques, process, and practices for keeping business data safe and inaccessible by unauthorized parties. It focuses on protecting sensitive data like personal information or business critical intellectual property. What is data security? Data security is the practice of protecting digital information from unauthorized access, competition, or theft throughout its entire life cycle. Data security involves deploying tools or technologies that enhance the organization's visibility into where its critical data resides and its used. How important data security? A subset of information security, data security is about keeping your data safe. Data can get lost due to system failure, corrupted by a computer virus, deleted or altered by a hacker. A simple user error can result to an overwritten or deleted file. Here are 6 essential processes for keeping your data secured. Know exactly what you have and where you keep it. Train the troops, maintain a list of employees with access to sensitive data, carry out data risk assessment, install trustworthy virus malware protection software, and run regular scans. Run regular backups if you're important and sensitive data. And that's the end of my topic. Thank you and good day.